brothers. Here, according to the revised syllabus, there is a chapter called as 15th chapter, Computational Complexity, which is not there. For your very kind information, chapter number 15, Computational Complexity, isn't there. So what I am going to do right now in this class is, I am going to do some programs on arrays. What is an array? Okay, what is the need of the array? What is the declaration of an array? Initializing the array, one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, three-dimensional array, up to n-dimensional array. If possible, we shall do a small program today to begin with 1D. 1D means one-dimensional. 2D means two-dimensional. 3D means three-dimensional. So Java has the capacity of handling multi-dimensional, n-dimensional it can handle. But according to your ISC syllabus, we have 1D and 2D. Right, boys and girls? I am taking a chapter number 8, which is called as Arrays and Strings. Arrays and Strings. What I intend to do in this chapter is this. First of all, we shall declare the array, right? We can handle the 1D array. Then we can pick up the maximum value. We can pick up the minimum value. We can arrange the jumbled array in a chronological order, right? That search for a particular element in that array, whether it is there or not. First of all, handling of array, right? Then searching, finding the maximum and minimum value, that is greatest and smallest value, then sorting. Once these 4 tasks is done, then we shall go in for a string manipulation. We shall handle the various strings. Once that is done, then I will introduce the topic called as 2D, two-dimensional array, where we have a matrix, rows and columns. How do we initialize a matrix? How do we input a matrix? How do we add the matrices, add, subtract a matrix B from matrix A, then transpose the matrix? We shall do. This is what my intention is all about, right? This is what my intention is all about. Chapter number 8, Arrays and Strings. What I want to tell you is this. What is our advantage? What is an array? An array is a collection of variables of same data type referenced by a common name. I'll give an example. If I want 2 variables, I can use X and Y. If I want 10 variables, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, I can use it. If I want to handle 100 values, will you write A, B, C, D, E, F, this, will you write? It's a cumbersome job. It's very, very difficult for the programmer to remember which variable did we use. Whenever you use a huge amount of data, so you are advised to use the array. How does the array look alike? This is called as, for example, a simple variable or a single variable. What do you mean by that? It can hold only one value. Whenever I call X value, it will give 7. After this, X is equal to X minus 5. Whatever may be the value of X gets substituted. 7 minus 5 would be how much? 2. It was 7. Once if we execute the statement at this place, now onwards the value of X would be 2. Which cannot hold both the values. 7 and 2 it cannot hold. Because it was 7, the moment you change the value of X, which will be 7 minus 5 will be how much? 2. When you print the value here, X value will be 2. The old value is overwritten. It will short. A RAM cannot hold 2 values on the same variable, identical variable, it cannot hold. That's why it's called as single variable or simple variable. It can hold only single value, that's it. Right? What is an array? Array will be like this. Same variable I use it, or I'll use some other variable. A variable followed by a pair of open and closed square bracket. This is called as an integer array called as A. Integer array called as A. What does it do? This is how I declare an array. What is the declaration of arrays? I tell my computer I'll be using a variable called as A. Right? Right? A. New is the keyword. New is the keyword which reserves or which allocates how many values? 50 integer values in variable A. In short, how does this memory management is there? I let you know. What is the variable this? A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, A of 4, A of 49. My dear boys and girls, an array always begins from 0. See, all of them are referenced as A. All the name, all of them happens to be integer. Instead of using individual variables A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, instead of using 50 variables, I use only one variable called as A. Right? A of 0, A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, that is A of 49. Mind you, you and I have the habit of starting from, we always start counting from 1. But inside the computer, the counting begins from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 49. 0 to 49. Do you understand, boys and girls? So this is called as, whatever the value you give, first value will be stored in A of 0. Second value will be in A of 1. Third value will be A of 2. A of 3 like this. How many values will it accept? 49. 0 to 49 means how many values are there? 50 values. This is called as declaring the variable. Declaration of an integer array. Do you understand? Now, I am going to tell you initialize that. So what does it mean? What does your Java compiler understands? I am using an array, 1D array. If you have one bracket, it's called as 1D array. If it is like this, this is called as 2D array. If you have one pair of bracket, opening and closing is called as 1D array. If you have got 2, it's called as 2D array. If you have got 3, 3D array, and so on. What does it do? What does it do? It tells I am using a one-dimensional array called as A. All of them are integer in nature. New is a keyword which reserves 50 spaces in your RAM. Starting from 0, it goes up to 49. All of them are referenced. All of them are called as A. Right? If you want the 10th value, A of 9. Okay? This is the number. This we call it as index R subscript. This is 0th value, first value, second value, third, fourth, fifth, like this up to 49. Right? So there are 49 values are there in this case. So it reserves a space. All of them are maximum how many values? 50 of them will be there of integer type. Right? Now I am going to initialize the value. Now please note. There is a difference between this and this. This is called as declaring an array called as A. I am initializing an array called as B. Here also integer, here also integer. But I have not told the size of the array in this case, but here I told the size of the array is how much? 50 elements. What does it mean? B of 0 will be 19. B of 1 will be 43. B of 2 will be 26. B of 3 will be 4. B of 5 will be 0. 6 will be minus 7. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many elements are there? 0 to 9. How many elements are there? 10 values are there. So, already I tell my computer that this is B of 0, B of 1, B of 2, B of 3, B of 4, B of 5, B of 6, B of 7, B of 8 and B of 9. Right? So, this is how it will be stored in your RAM, in your memory. How much is that? B of 1 will be how much? 43. B of 2 will be 26. Here 4. B of 9 will be how much? 1008. Do you understand? So this is called as declaring an array, and this is called as initializing the array. Initializing the array. As I told you, right? Let me redo it, or let me re-explain or sum it up. What has been done? What is a need of an array? What is an array? Array is called as what? A collection of similar variables. Collection of variables of same data type. All of them are integer. All of them are integer. Right? All of them are integer. Right? Now in this case what happens is everything is represented by A. Here represented by B. Right? Now what I want to tell you, boys and girls, is Java can handle one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, three-dimensional array, four-dimensional array, five-dimensional array, six-dimensional array, up to n-dimensional array. But in your syllabus, as I told you, 1D and 2D, that's it. Now, what is the need of an array? The need of the array is you can handle concurrently, simultaneously, many values in one go. Means all the 50 values will be available in your RAM. In this case, all the 9 values will be available in the RAM. You can handle them in one go. You can handle them in one go. Is this clear? Is this clear? So this is called as what? An array. If you want to use multiple values concurrently, simultaneously, the best solution would be an array. I did tell you this is called as, you tell your compiler that I am going to use an array called as A, all of them. If you want float value, write float here also float. If you say double precision value. If you say string value. If you say character value. So it can be of any 8 different types of data, you know, right? Primitive arrays. It can be. Right? Now, I told you what is the declaration of an array. I have also told you what is our initializing the array. Right? Now, I am going to do a small program handling. We have done in class 11. So, we have done in class 10 also. This is just to revive what has been done. We will start doing the program. Right? Dear class 12s, except running, none of them have done your own task. You are not watching the video. Last class I gave a simple task. Right? Except running, none of you. Siddharth did not do it, Shishant did not do it, Divas did not do it, and Ishat did not do it. It's a very sad news. You are not serious at all. You are not serious. This is not the time to give a lecture. You have sufficiently grown up, mentally mature boys and girls. You should know your responsibility. When the task is given, you must do it. Don't wait for the last minute. I told you, except running, none of them are submitted. Means you are not watching the video, that's what I can conclude. Now here I am going to do a small program on 1D, one-dimensional array. What I want to do is this. How many subjects do we have? You have English 1, you have English 2, you have physics, chemistry, bio, mathematics and computer. Okay, how many subjects are there? 7 subjects are there. I repeat again, English 1, English 2, it becomes 1 subject. Okay, so anyhow, English 1, English 2, mathematics, physics, chemistry, bio and computer. How many subjects are there? 7 subjects are there. Right? Input 7 subject marks, find the average. Find the average. That's a very, very simplest task. Each student has got a 7 subjects. Imagine in your class there are 40 of them are there. Right? So 280 marks will be there. First of all, we will do for an individual with the help of a single dimensional array. With the help of a single dimensional array, we shall do it. Okay? Now here I say program to handle, compute total and average of how many? 7 what I do is in a loop I do only one input instead of taking 7 E1, E2, P for physics, C for chemistry, D for biology, and M for mathematics, and CS for computer science. Instead of 7 variables, I am going to use only one variable. SUB of 0, SUB of 1, SUB of 2, SUB of 3, SUB of 4, 5 and 6. 0 to 6, 7 values I am going to input. To input, what you must do is, you must import scanner, you can write, or hashtag you can give. Where S is a capital letter. Means you are importing the scanner class. Then what do you do is, straight away we shall read the class name. What I am going to do? Average. We are going to find out what? Average. What do you do it here? Write here. Main method public void I use a scanner class. I use a scanner class. What I want to do is, first of all, I wanted to input name of the student. Then what I do is, this is what my intention is all about. I am declaring an array called as what? Subject. How many subjects do you have? There are 7 subjects are there. Right? How many subjects are there? 7 subjects are there. English 1, English 2, mathematics, physics, chemistry, bio and computer science. Right? 7 subjects. Now, what do I do is, I start dot next means what does it do? Next, in means integer. Next means it will input next or next line you can give. It will input what? String. Now, here I begin a for loop. What do I begin a for loop? Mind you, boys and girls, I value because it has to start from 0. Because array always begins from 0. It will not begin from 1. What do I do is, I input Please note, what does it do? I value 0. Enter 0th subject mark will not come. So 0 means 0 plus 1 will be enter first subject mark. Enter second subject mark, third subject mark. How many times will you do it? Less than 7. Less than 7 means 6. So if I value 6, 6 plus 1 will be 7 subject. Right? So what we do is, here, there are 3 statements are there inside the for loop. What does it do? System.out.println enter first subject marks. As you give, it will be entered subject of 0. I have not used a variable. Here I write it here. Here I do it. What I do is, I initialize total value 0. It will be 0, 0, whatever the first subject. For example, computer will ask you enter the first subject marks. As I give, for example, we are giving 43. Total value will be what? It will be 0. 0 plus 43 will be 43. Next I plus plus means I value is increased by 1. 0 plus 1 will be 1. Is 1 is less than 7? Yes. Enter second subject mark. You give second subject mark, for example 8. What happens is, when you give 80 here, already total is 43. 43 plus 80 will be 123. Why? It was 40, 123. Now, third time, you give, again you give 20. So, as you give, every mark, it gets accumulated. What is the accumulator? Total. As you give the number, so all the 6 subject marks gets summed up, whose sum will be available in total after giving how many times? 7 times. As you give the first mark, it gets added. Second mark, added. Third, fourth, it gets accumulated. When you give 7 subjects, all the 7 subject marks gets accumulated, whose total will be available in total. Then what do you do is, what is the variable you have declared? AVG. Double AVG. AVG is equal to total divided by 7. Total divided by 7. Whatever is the total, it gets divided by 7. That will be your average. I am going to continue because I do not have the space. I am erasing this portion. So you have followed the total and average, you display it. You display it. System dot out dot println system.out. Println average. So what did I do? I declared an array. As I give 7 values gets inputted. As I input it, keep accumulating them. Once if you are out of the loop, total divided by 7. Why am I dividing by 7? Because 7 subjects are there. So that will be the average. Display the total and average. End of your program. End of the, this is the main method. This is the, copy down this in your notebook. Mind you, boys and girls, all the programs whatever has been done in the virtual classes, it should be in your notebook. That will be your record book. You have to submit on the day of practical. That will fetch you 15 marks. Otherwise you will get 0. I repeat again, you guys are not responding. You need to be responsible, boys and girls. Watch the reviews regularly and keep your notebook up to date. Is this clear, boys and girls? Am I clear to you? We will be doing more programs in the following classes. Till then, take care, boys and girls. Bye-bye.